How's it going, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. And today we're going to be looking at this early 1970s Lasko Galaxy 12-inch oscillating desk fan model 3150. Now, to all of my collector people out there, y'all probably know what this is because this is the underlying grandfather of every Lasko 12-inch made. This was the very first 12-inch desk fan that Lasko released in the early 70s, model 3150. It has the wider cages before OSHA regulated the cage size to where you can't stick your fingers in them. Because yes, as dumb as people are, they would do that back in the day. I have no idea why, knowing what it is. But anyhow, so this is basically the very first bottom of the totem pole, first generation Lasko 12-inch desk fan. And I can finally say I finally have a variant of it. And of course these are not wanting to stay. But so here it is. It has a beautiful Galaxy logo that puts off record player vibes, in my opinion. Beautiful translucent blue blades, which I'll mention those in a second. Here's the beautiful badge with the Galaxy electric fan logo on it, and your standard piano key buttons. Now, since this is the very first example, the next one up from this would be the OSHA regulated cages with the slightly bigger badge that had the clear plastic than the newer blue Galaxy logo. And then yeah, so it'd have the same base, but then this would be blue with that little elegant styling logo right there. This would be blue, and then this would be blue down here. One of my fan collecting buddies that lives not too far from me has one. But this is the predecessor. So I got this along with the brown Galaxy, as you saw in my previous video, the bit newer one, in a Facebook Marketplace listing that had 3 fans, these 2 Galaxies, and then another one being this 1980s Tatung rebranded under MCI. It was like a kind of burgundy rosewood brown blade, just a standard 80s Tatung, and I was going to get it, but I just wanted the Galaxies more, just for how pristine they were. Plus, this was a first generation, which these are pretty hard to come by. They're pretty pricey on eBay, but I got this and the other brown Galaxy for a pretty reasonable price, which is pretty good. So and yeah, this predates the OSHA regulated cages. It also predates the cage clips because it has the standard push tabs, which on this one I still have to do some work on them because when I got it, they are not staying in. Like you saw in the beginning of the video, that one is not. So yeah, they predate that, which these have better construction. In my opinion, these are probably the best made Lasko desk fans because they still utilize the 70s construction. The base plastic is super heavy duty. Blade plastic is pretty thick. The cages are pretty good, thick metal. Same with the badge. And there's no cage clips you don't have to worry about carefully disassembling and accidentally breaking one and sends it across the room where you never find it. And then the motors are nice and beefy too. It has a grab handle, which is nice. And then it has the 2-piece, which I don't know why it's loose, but it has the 2-piece motor housing, which is nice. And the screw that goes into the oscillator knob, so you don't have to worry about using some mythical god's force trying to pull the damn, excuse my French, oscillator knob off, like on the newer ones. So you can just undo that screw, pull it off, ready to service, which is so convenient. Plus, this also predates Lasko's iconic bearing knock too, like I've been mentioning in every single one of my videos. So yeah, this thing's in pretty pristine condition. It does have a bit of oxidation and rust on the cages, but that can always be ran over with some steel wool and fixed. And it has both badges on the base, which that front badge facing us, that one at the angle, it's pretty common for these to lose that because the adhesive they use is pretty weak and it wouldn't withstand the test of time. So I'm pretty lucky that this is in as good as condition as it in. So has your standard pane of key buttons, but oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. So the next generation from this had the blue badge with the clear translucent plastic badge that kind of was spread out to about like there, but they kept the same blade set as this one right here for most likely, I think already all the way into the early 80s. They kept the same mold, just did it in amber and blue, but they started off with blue and then amber and brown came in the 80s. So amongst the entire period of the 70s, you either had this blue, or if you had the Sears option, the Sears variant, it came in a lime green, which I'd really like to find that kind of Sears, which are pretty common, but they're pricey. So like the Sears options, they had the same molded blade, but green. Then they had the green. So like basically everything that was blue on these was green on the Sears. So in a very bright translucent green, which is super cool. But I'd like to find one of those one of these days. But alrighty, enough of the talking. Oh yeah, one more thing. The bottom of the base, which is super cool, is metal. It's actually metal. Which is, yeah, no plastic. Only plastic you see is the blades, badge, motor casings, oscillator knob, buttons, then the base plastic. Then everything else is metal, which is super cool. Really good, rugged construction. Doesn't mean I'm going to be using this outside. Like, I mean, yeah, it's still a desk fan. It's still meant for indoor use. Even though I'm seeing people beat these things to shit using them outside, not knowing what they are. Anyway, might as well start it up. So here's low. The bearings are very pristine too. Oh, move you out of the way there. There we are. Good solid low. Has that cool wind turbulence noise whenever the wind goes through the cages. It kind of sounds almost like a very slight buzz, not like an electrical buzz, but like almost sounds like a spaceship in a way, if you want to think. I don't know how to describe it, but you'll hear it on the higher speeds. It's oscillating. Very solid oscillator too, which I believe I haven't torn it apart yet since the guy I got these from, he oiled both of them and cleaned them so they're nice and ready. Which is courteous. I have a lot of respect for that dude. I've gotten so many fans that are just beat to shit, dirty as hell, straight up looking like you're gonna get asbestos or cancer from them, but no, these are minty fresh. Good oscillation right there. And I remember I was saying, I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I'm pretty certain these oscillators use metal gears and metal parts. Not since they're 70s, and in the 70s they still used metal construction, which I really need to pull it off and find out. But here's medium. I love that sound it makes, and the wind going through the grills. Oscillation. And high. Now you can probably hear it. I just love the font of that Galaxy logo. It just looks like just the font it was using just makes it look like should be on a record player or some kind of stuff like that. Overall, great runner. I'd love to see the houses these were used in. Oscillating one last time. Ooh, we're already at 10 minutes. I did not realize that. I apologize for all the long talking. There's just lots to talk about. And off. Get that good spin down. Beautiful blue blade. This is the first blue Lasko I have. I'd like to get a bit newer one, like a 2150, but this is a 3150, the older model names, before they switched to 2 only. And as you can tell, if you've seen other 70s Taiwanese made ones, they did copy Lasko and a lot of other brands in the 70s with the blade shapes and the cage shapes. It was just all a big ball game. Everyone was just copying everyone. Survival of the fittest. But alrighty, guess that's it. There's the early 1970s 12-inch Lasko Galaxy 3150. Alrighty. Please like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Y'all stay safe. And stay tuned.